6 hacks that will save you 20 hours a week. Before you get your pennies in a wad, this is not about taking any shortcuts in the artistic process. These hacks will streamline your process so that you're more efficient so you can actually focus on making the music. So 6 hacks that will transform the way you produce. Hack number 1 is understanding and learning the power of keyboard shortcuts. Learning these shortcuts is literally like having a cheat code. It will save you so much time. So I suggest you go online for whatever DAW it is, type in FL Studio keyboard shortcuts and look through them all and write some down and take a screenshot and learn the ones that you know you're going to use a lot. Hack number 2 is to create a favorites folder with your favorite sounds for easy access. Figure out what your favorite instrument is. Figure out all of your favorite drum sounds, your favorite hi-hats, 808s, snares, whatever it is. In FL Studio, there's a favorites folder where you can just store your favorite sounds so you don't have to create a folder, but I'm not too sure about the other DAWs. If you can't do that on the other DAWs, create a folder with your favorite sounds. It will save you so much time. It's going to transform your workflow. You'll have a full library of sounds that you like. You're not going to have to sit here and waste an hour trying to find the perfect snare, clicking through ones that you don't even like. Hack number 3 is to leverage loops and MIDI. Now, personally, I rather make a melody from scratch, but I don't always do that because I understand that when I use a loop or when I use a MIDI, I'm not cheating. There's some really good loops out there, and you can get some really, really good loops and MIDI packs for free. The plus about MIDIs is the fact that you can take notes in or out and tailor the melody to how you want. With loops, it's a little bit different, but you can still change it up a little bit. And you got to look at it like this, man. When you're using MIDI or when you're using loops, all you're doing is collaborating with another producer, not cheating. You're not being lazy. Someone made a melody, or someone made a drum loop, or whatever it is, and now you're collaborating with them. Hack number 4 is probably my favorite one. In FL Studio, you can set up templates for how you want FL Studio to open. So I set up my normal tempo, I'll place a few patterns, I'll set up a few mixer presets, like I'll have a soft clipper on my 808. This just saves me a whole bunch of time because I know every time that I put an 808, I'm gonna have a soft clipper, and I know every time I put a hi-hat, I might throw some reverb on it. It saves me a whole bunch of time, and it's going to create a consistent environment for you to be able to actually focus on the creative part. And on top of that, you can actually set up multiple different templates. Maybe you want a trap template, maybe you want a drill template, maybe you want a lo-fi template, whatever it is. You can set up multiple different templates with different tempos, different patterns. You can even have it set up to where you have certain instruments or certain drum sounds open up. So templates will save you a bunch of time. I definitely recommend looking into it. I don't know if you can do it in every single DAW, but in FL Studio you can. Hack number 5 revolves around continuous learning. There's a Japanese term, kaizen. It literally means good change, but when you translate it, it means continuous improvement. This is a necessity. You need to dedicate time every day or each week learning new techniques and expanding your skill set, improving your process. So to implement Kaizen, there's a 4-step process called the Deming cycle. Plan, do, check, and act. The plan stage, this is probably the most simple. You want to figure out what your goal is. Where do you want to improve? And you need to be specific. Okay? In the do stage, you want to do your existing process. So make a beat, or make a melody, or make a drum loop, whatever it is. In the check stage, you want to think back to what it was that you wanted to improve, and then you need to assess your process or assess your beat, go back, take notes of the roadblocks that you ran into. In the act stage, you want to use the insights from your assessment to implement changes by learning something new so that you can hurdle these roadblocks. When you learn something new, you improve a process, you're going to not only enhance your technical ability, but you're also going to be able to fuel your creativity by introducing new perspectives and new approaches. Hack number 6. This is the last one. This also ties in with Kaizen because if you follow a process, you can continuously improve it. I learned this from BusyWorks Beats, and Metro Boomin even touched on it. So the analogy I like to use is, if you know where you want to go, you can create a roadmap to get there. But if you don't know where you want to go, you can't create a roadmap to get there. So, want to create a roadmap or a workflow to make specific types of beats or specific types of melodies. If you know that you want to make a dark melody, or if you know you want to make a guitar melody or an atmospheric type melody, you can create a workflow to make that so that your results are consistent. So I touch on this a lot in my short form content. I have a 5-step melody method that I designed for myself and now I teach other people. But you don't have to follow that. You can make any workflow, whether it be step by step or whatever, to get a certain end result. So I say all of that to say this: create a workflow or create a process for when you make beats. You don't have to follow it specifically every single time, but this will add a layer of organization for you and it's going to help you be a lot more consistent. So there you go. You have 6 game-changing hacks that will save you at least 20 hours a week. Every single hack is going to help you be more efficient. It's going to help you actually enjoy the creative process because you're not wasting time doing little tasks or wasting time. So this is not about ruining art. It's about being efficient. Being efficient does not necessarily mean fast. Being efficient means cutting out all of the bullshit so you can actually focus on the meat and making good beats. So here's another analogy I like to use when it comes to being efficient. If you are serving tables, you're a waiter, you're not going to tell the cooks to make the food faster. You're going to carry all the plates at once or carry all of the drinks at once. So when making beats, you're not going to tell yourself to make the beats faster. You're just going to cut out all of the bullshit that wastes time so you can actually focus on making good beats and being efficient. Now, if you're a producer and you know you can take this to the next level and you feel like you have a ton of potential, but you feel like you're missing something that will transform your beats and take you to that next level, I have another private video that reveals the 2 must know secrets to gaining an unfair advantage against other producers. So if you want to gain an unfair advantage against other producers, click the link below and watch the free private video and learn the 2 must know secrets. Click the link below or visit www.melodymuse.ai.